everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about why you should turn down a promotion, which I'll grant is something that may seem kind of counterintuitive, but if you'll stick with me for a little bit, I think it'll start to make a little bit more sense. Really, all this comes down to pursuit. So we'll talk about one thing that you should pursue and one thing that you should avoid, and why turning down a promotion goes hand in hand with the thing that you want to avoid. Pretty much all of these ideas come from my favorite book on how to approach career, and it is called So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. And he talks about these ideas pretty extensively in the middle part of the book. I've gone back and read this book several times. I reread this section again this year, and I just find it super impactful, and I hope you do too. So a lot of this book is about how to find work that you love. And basically the central thesis of the book is that you don't find work you love by pursuing some kind of passion. It's that you find work you love by getting really good at something and then using your valuable skills to create the kind of working life that you want. More specifically, Cal Newport in this book talks about how basically the dream job elixir, the thing that is common to all great jobs, is control. So that's kind of point number one. Control is the dream job elixir, and that is the thing that you want to pursue. Now, when Cal Newport talks about control, he really is talking about autonomy and choice in not only the way that you work, but the kinds of things that you get to work on. One of the examples he gives in the book is this woman named Lulu, who he follows around for the day. Lulu is a freelance software engineer, and she basically gets to choose what she works on, when she works, how much she works, and Newport uses her as basically the prime example of someone who has done control right. It's important to talk about someone who has done control right because there are two of what Newport calls control traps, and those are making a play for more control before you're ready, which is before you have valuable enough skills. And the second is that as soon as you get valuable enough to make a play for more control, that's usually the same time at which you are most valuable to your employer, and so they'll try to make effort to keep you from getting more control. For Lulu, this happened a few different times, but she always found a way to make it happen. So she went down to a 4-day-a-week work week at one job. I think the acknowledgement that your employers will make large effort to try and keep you from gaining more control in Newport's definition is a really important point, because it brings up, for me, the thing that you want to avoid, which is golden handcuffs. And so that's my second point. The thing you want to avoid are golden handcuffs. What are those? That could be any kind of increase in salary or benefits or perks or really anything else. And I think part of the reason that it's important to be mindful about this is that if you do want to ever make a play for more control in Newport's definition, it gets harder and harder to do so. I think for most people, just psychologically, the better your situation is. At a certain point, it just gets hard to leave or do your own thing, and you end up just kind of going with the flow in terms of being part of whatever your organization is. Another reason it's really, really hard to resist golden handcuffs is that human beings are really prestige conscious. It's natural to progress up the career ladder without stopping to question whether or not you're actually on the right path for you. One quote I love around this is that if you're on the wrong train, then every stop is the wrong stop. But we're basically super hardwired to accept promotions and title changes and improvements and increases in salaries and perks. And so basically, if you want to craft a working life that you love, a key part of that is control, and something that could potentially impact that in a negative way would be golden handcuffs, just progressing up the career ladder without really stopping to think. So my point with all this is, have you really considered why are you doing what you're doing? Are you heading in the right direction? Do you feel like you're on the right path? These are things that I tend to be asking myself a lot, and I think it's helpful. I think this book is super helpful, and because of that, I just wanted to share this with you. So I hope you find it helpful too. If you're still watching, you'd probably like the rest of my channel, which focuses on code, self-improvement, and personal finance. Thanks so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.